Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT News, another VALORANT update for you guys, because a lot has happened over the past couple of hours, especially with regard to what 100 Thieves are planning to do. Big name chamber players on the market right now, all over the shop. Where is Ye going to go? Cryo apparently is the man that 100 Thieves are targeting. Arguably the second best chamber player in North America after Ye. Very sensible decision, I think, but also what does this mean for the rest of the teams in North American franchising? Where's Ye going to go? Does that leave Sentinels or Cloud9, or even could NRG still be on the cards? Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that and rocketing towards 30k right now. Firstly, this from the Latin American, South American region from, well, apparently Mazzino is going to go to Leviathan. This, of course, well, Mazzino, great player, especially on the Icebox side from Crew this past season. Apparently Leviathan want to bring him in. So I think there are going to be very few teams that will retain their rosters, if any at all, going into next year. Some of these other regions might do it because, you know, in Latin America, South America, there might not be so many upgrades for teams like Loud and stuff. There's no reason for them to change things around because their organization made it through anyway. But yeah, Leviathan even, maybe they will stick together. Maybe Mazzino comes in as kind of like the sixth man, because that's the key thing here. Every team has to have a sixth man, a substitute. I believe the rumor has it that those players will not be allowed to play in the kind of tier 2 scene. If you're a sub for a tier 1 team, that is your sole purpose, your sole job. You don't even really get to play in tier 2 to kind of keep yourself warmed up in that sense. That is just your sole responsibility. So we'll see that in a second here with 100 Thieves, where maybe a guy like Will could still be there as a sub technically. They might go for a different option, but there's a possibility that some of these teams will sign heavy hitters and then drop one of their kind of, you know, current players to the bench or whatever, and that will be their kind of six-man roster going forwards. That's an option. We'll see what these teams decide to do. Let's talk then about the North American scene. So earlier today, we talked about the fact that Ye is, well, undercover here with George Getter's his face cam with a 9 of excitement level. I thought, okay, if it's a 9, that's got to be a 100T Sentinels type situation. But we also looked at the fact that Zyppan and Cryo, they're here at number 8. So of course, like, you know, this is excitement level, how excited you should be about these guys' moves. Out of 10, 100T gets an 8. Sen gets only a 7, which maybe was an indication that he's not going to go there. Cloud9, I don't know where C9 is on here. Here it is with an 8 actually. So there's lots of conversations right now. Who's going to go where? But the chamber players, especially in the present meta, are really the key discussion point of a lot of these teams. And 100 Thieves apparently have made their decision. We knew, of course, that this XSET lineup was going to be breaking apart. Unfortunately, they did want to, and I think it was in the works for them to go as an entire 5 over to G2. But of course, that fiasco goes down. They're no longer going there. So which players out of those 5 will get a spot? Cryo and Zyppan really were the 2 names that came to the top of mind, especially because these guys, I'm not sure they were linked as a package deal, but they were certainly linked individually, I think, and certainly Cryo was, with 100 Thieves several months ago now when they did the whole like Eccles, babybay thing, when all that was going down. Pretty sure they were linked to Cryo at that time, and clearly that's a decision that they have now seemingly decided to execute on. George Getter says the following: 100 Thieves is set to sign an XSET superstar. The organization is finalizing a deal to acquire Cryo from that XSET team, as is said here in the article. Apparently multiple sources are now saying this is going to happen, known as one of the best players in the region. Probably Cryo and Ye, the 2 best chamber players in North America as it stands. Unclear, as they say in the article, who's going to make way, but, you know, look, we would imagine Asuna, Dephh is going to stay, Bang may or may not stay, and then it's Will and Stella, the 2 guys that may be making way. Will, you'd imagine, will be traded out here for Cryo, and then Stella, you know, could you get minus Stella plus FNS? Could you get minus Bang plus Marved? I don't know. That's just a theory, but it's interesting nonetheless. So it seems like Cryo is going to be joining this 100T lineup, and I just wanted to share a clip that came out from his stream last night. Now, I believe he's done this. Of course, the acting, let's just say, isn't particularly good. Now, he's done this with a lot of other teams as well, I believe, over the last couple of days. The 100 Thieves one, the acting is so egregiously bad that you might think that, okay, you've got to call this off. There's no way this is happening based on this clip that's going to come out, but maybe he's just putting it on to try and, you know, try and pretend this wasn't happening, whereas in reality, the conversations were ongoing.
There's exclusive after parties like Nadeshot hosts. Oh, Nadeshot, that's my oh.
I have survived more
that's my friend. That's my friend. Call him Matthew. I call him Hag. What he said.
Here, I'll fight it with you, and then if they're not, you know,
So what do you guys think if this is indeed the case? Cryo to 100 Thieves. I really like this decision. I think that the Yay, like, look, if they could get Yay, that's maybe what you want to do. But at the same time, Cryo is a guy where there's less offers for him, right? He's probably a guy you can acquire much cheaper. And honestly, he's a very, like, the way 100 Thieves have run their kind of esports divisions the last 12 months or so, he's a very, like, 100 Thieves-esque decision to pick up nowadays. A young player, incredibly talented, grinds the game right up there already in terms of individual skill with a guy like Yay. Of course, not on Yay's level quite, but still, I think a very intelligent guy to pick up, and also, like, a very, like, similarly to me, Sean Gares type player, right? Sean Gares will be all over this, right? Young player, grinder, fits in incredibly well with the mold of the team, and yes, Yay could also have been phenomenal if you get FNS, but, like, everyone's bidding for Yay right now. There's a lot of money, I'm sure, being thrown his way. You've got to bid a lot to get Yay. You might be better off getting a player that could be at Yay's level in, you know, a year or so, 6 months, who knows, if they can get the best out of Cryo. We've already seen what he's capable of in that exit system, and I guess they believe he can be even more than this. So I think a really intelligent call. Of course, Cryo was like, he was one of the other guys on the top of the list for me with who 100 Thieves were going to get if they were going to make their decision on who to get as their chamber. But I think from many perspective, this is a really intelligent decision here. Now, of course, if they get Cryo, they surely can't get Yay as well. Doesn't make any sense. Two guys in the same role. Yay will seemingly be going elsewhere. And if that is the case, then where is Yay actually going to be going? So just to look at Cryo's stats, if you guys are kind of unfamiliar with this player, this is past 90 days over at VLR.GG. Of course, that player for XSET most recently. His numbers are honestly not too dissimilar to Yay's. Plays mostly chamber, of course, recently. 1.28 KD, 145 ADR. And this is against pretty top competition, right? This is like, you know, stage 2 regular season, stage 2 playoffs, right? Then going into champions as well, where he was still delivering great results. And we can see obviously their matches they played, beating FPX, beating Fnatic, then losing to OpTic and FPX to go out of champions not now long ago. But that's how their tournament ended, and Cryo and zyppan really were the two key guys that came out of that. So, of course, if Cryo is going to 100T, who do they round out the rest of the roster with? As I say, do they keep Stellar as the IGL? Do they change things around? But it seems to me that really the pieces they're going to lock into place first might be the chamber players, arguably the most valuable player in the present meta as it is. Of course, can, well, obviously very well play other roles if the chamber meta stops, but in that kind of like a slaying a duelist type position, which chamber effectively operates right now, in that kind of slaying, high fragging type role where chamber presently operates. So, of course, Cryo apparently is going to be the 100T guy. Now, does that mean that Yay is going to go to where, right? Because that now leaves 4 options, only 3 options actually, because Yay said on stream that Evil Genius is not an option for him, or like he's decided against it effectively. So that leaves 3 choices for Yay. As I say, unless something crazy happens where Yay and another current player in that role also are on the same team. That would be strange to me, but maybe he does it. Like, it seems doubtful, but it's going to be a crazy week, no doubt. So, okay, Yay doesn't go to 100 Thieves. Where does he go out of the other 3 options? NRG, Cloud9, and Sentinels. Now, to me, the moves that make the most sense, at least in terms of people are getting really hyped about this move, right? And like everyone's talking about where's Yay's going to go. I would say that NRG doesn't make so much sense from that perspective, but also if TenZ is now going to stay at Sentinels, right? This is the other point here, is because also TenZ 100 Thieves was maybe an option just because his contract was at an end, and if 100T gave him a bag, he could have gone potentially. Now, this probably means with kind of, well, Cryo going to 100 Thieves, that TenZ will stay at Sentinels, and are they going to get Yay and TenZ? Like, you know, maybe, right? Maybe TenZ is going to run the Raze and be the proper duelist, and Yay's going to be the chamber. Maybe that happens, but also you could very well argue that maybe TenZ is going to stay as the chamber guy at Sentinels, and then it's going to be Yay going to either Cloud9 or NRG. And maybe out of those two, I would say Cloud9 as it stands is probably marginally the more likely, especially in light of all the discussion around that Cloud9 team lately. It does seem like a lot of people in the know seem to believe there's one kind of god squad here being formed, and well, even as Marta said, I think we looked at this yesterday or this morning or something, if Cloud9 lose one single match in 2023, I will shave my head bald, right? So maybe implying again that, yeah, I mean, look, would he be saying this if Yay and, you know, I don't know, someone else from OpTic plus Leaf and you know, Vanity and those guys and zyppan were staying on the same roster? Like, is that the god squad these guys are talking about? Very possibly, especially if, you know, Zelsis was going to go there as well. You know, Zelsis, Yay, plus those 3 guys. Interesting teammate, it's a possibility. I don't know if, in my opinion, that quite qualifies as the godlike status that seemingly people are assigning it, but yeah, definitely this 100 Thieves Cryo move, which apparently is pretty much now locked in, is going to have ripple effects. What does it mean for TenZ? What does it mean for Yay? And also, therefore, what does it mean for what NRG are planning to do, and also all the other guys in the conversation? But it does seem that these chamber players are going to get locked down first of all. We might get the announcement from Yay in the coming days, and whichever organization where he's going to go, all rumors and leaks will start to arrive on this one. Of course, I'll do my best to keep you guys updated. And yeah, just brought this up here from TenZ as well, because with this 100T Cryo thing, that greatly reduces the chance of 100 Thieves TenZ, and therefore, you know, staying at Sentinels seems almost guaranteed at this point. The real question remains, could Ye join him, or will Ye go to Cloud9 or NRG, as is probably more likely as it stands? So Ye apparently has made his decision. Obviously, 100 Thieves a few days ago made their decision. As I say, I really like the Cryo idea. I think it fits really well with their culture and their system and their ideas, and it also might be in the long term prove to be a more sensible decision. And they've still managed to snag themselves, in terms of pure like slaying impact, top 2 player in North America, right? So very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. But yes, already we're starting to see some rumors implying what these teams are planning to do. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, take care, and I'll see you next time.